Respected elders, educationists, dear teachers, and dear students, welcome. In this class, we are going to see five couplets under the chapter 28, that is having good conduct. That is the importance of behavior of elderly peoples. How elderly peoples should be an example for others, for the youngsters. How elderly peoples should be an example to the younger ones. That is through asceticism. Wildman brings this, suggests this advice through asceticism. Come, let us see what he says. But five beautiful comments. Tirukural, comments and explanations of the new dimension. Five comments from 271 to 275. Live 110. Dated 16/6, 2024. Chapter 28. Ascetic virtue. Inconsistent conduct. It is inconsistent conduct. That is, what are the behavior that ascetics or elderly peoples should not have? Inconsistent conduct. That is, conduct against asceticism. That is, enjoying earthly pleasure. Now, let us see the first couple, 271. Witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, his five senses would laugh at him with humor. Again, witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, his five senses would laugh at him with humor. What is the message world one wants to tell us? That is, he says, if a man misbehaves, his five senses would laugh at him. That is, if a man involves in disgraceful activities, thinking nobody knows of his misbehavior, his five senses would laugh at him, seeing his misbehavior. This is the message of this couplet. Witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, his five senses would laugh at him with humor. That is, if a man cheats others and misbehaves himself, then his five senses would laugh at him, seeing his disgraceful behavior. Witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, his five senses would laugh at him with humor. Explanation. seeing the feigned conduct of a deceitful minded man, his five senses, eye, nose, ear, tongue, body, would laugh at him. That is, if a man tried to hide his filthy attitudes, his mind, which is the master of the five senses, would tease, would tease him. You can see, if a man tried to hide his filthy attitudes, if a man tried to hide his filthy attitudes, his mind, which is the master of the five senses, would tease him. That is, the man of deceitful mind, the man of deceitful mind would be teased by his mind itself. That is, a deceitful man would be teased by his mind itself. A deceitful man would be teased by his five senses. Content. Even the grave would tease the liar. Even the grave would tease the liar. For even the grave would hail the honest. That is the, the upward, the open message of this couplet is even the grave would tease the liar. The hidden message of it, even the grave would salute, would hail the honest. Even the grave would teach the liar. But even the grave would hail the honest. That is, that is begin the open message. That is what World One tries to tell us. Be honest. Be truthful to all. If you are truthful to all, even your death would be celebrated. Here, note, as the mind is the soul of the five senses, here the five senses should be meant as the mind. That is, here I have used, instead of the five senses, I have used the mind. Because the master of the five senses, the soul of the five senses is the mind. So, the five senses should be meant as the mind. Again, witnessing a man's deceitful behavior, his five senses would laugh at him with behavior. That is, if a man cheats others and misbehaves himself, then his five senses would laugh at him, seeing his evil deeds and pitiable condition. Chapter 272. What can sky high reputation bring? What can sky high reputation bring if he does vicious deeds with well knowing? What can sky high reputation bring if he does vicious deeds with well knowing? What is the message World wants to tell us? That is, if a man does evil deeds knowing well that they are evil deeds. Okay? If a man involved in evil deeds, knowing very well that they are evil deeds. What the reputation that he has earned so far would bring to him. What is the use of the reputation that he has earned so far? That's all. Again, what can sky high reputation bring if he does vicious deeds with well knowing? That is with full knowledge of it. That is, if a man does evil deeds knowing well, then the reputation that he has earned so far would not stand by his side. So this is the question. What is the use of the reputation that he has earned if he does an evil deed knowing very well? If a man does evil deeds knowing very well, then what is the use of the reputation that he has earned so far? This is the question of one. That is, if you do evil deeds knowing well, then what is the use of the reputation that you have earned so far? No use. No use of your reputation. See, explanation. If a man does a disgraceful deeds with full knowledge of it, what is the use of the great fame he has earned? If a man does a disgraceful deeds with full knowledge of it, then what is the use of the great name and fame he has earned? This is the question. That is, if a man if a man knowingly did sinful deeds, he would lose his reputation. That is, if a man knowingly did disgraceful deeds, he would lose his reputation. That is, disgraceful deeds would spoil the entire reputation. This is the message. Disgraceful deeds would spoil the entire reputation. This is the message. See, no content. That is the open message. Disgraceful deed would bring degradation. Disgraceful deeds would bring degradation. Degradation. So it is the open message. Disgraceful deed would bring degradation. It is the open message. Then what is the hidden message? What is the opposite of it? God. Dignified deed would bring upgradation. Dignified deed would bring upgradation. That is the world one. World one keeps it hidden. World one keeps it hidden. He tells that is, if you do disgraceful deeds, then the reputation you have earned so far would not come to your help. The disgraceful deed you do is a disgraceful deed. A disgraceful deed cannot be compensated by the reputation that you have earned so far. So the message is disgraceful deed would bring degradation. Dignified deed would bring upgradation. This is the hidden message. Okay. Yet, let us see what can sky high reputation bring if he does vicious deeds with well knowing. That is, if a man does an evil deed knowing well, then what is the use of the reputation he gets here? This is the question. The message is, that is the open message is, disgraceful deeds would bring a degradation. If so, what is the code? what actually World War wants to tell us. Dignified deed would bring upgradation. Well, let us see a couplet 273. A man sans self-control, opposing a greater, is as a cow grazing grass with the skin of tiger. A beautiful couplet. A man sans self-control, posing greater, is as a cow grazing grass with the skin of tiger. What is the message? That is, if an ascetic, thus lustful and disgraceful deeds, that is, an ascetic doing lustful and disgraceful deeds, hiding in the ascetic attire, an ascetic doing disgraceful and lustful deeds, hiding in the, ascetic attire, is like a cow grazing grass, covering itself with, with the skin of a tiger. A cow grazing grass, hiding itself in the skin of a tiger. That's all. It is again an ascetic, an ascetic doing disgraceful and lustful deeds, hiding himself in the ascetic attire, doing disgraceful in the ascetic attire, is a cow grazing grass having the skin of a tiger. Explanation. A man without self control, showing himself more powerful, is like a cow grazing grass, covering itself with a tiger's skin. Again, a man without self control, showing himself more powerful, is like a cow grazing grass, covering himself itself with the tiger's skin. That is, the man lacking self control, showing himself as a mighty one, is as a cow grazing grass, wearing tiger's skin. That is, the man lacking self control, showing himself as a mighty one, is as a cow grazing grass, wearing tiger's skin. That is, a lustful man, a lustful man posing himself as a sage, a lustful man posing himself as a sage, is as a tiger wearing the skin of cow. A lustful man posing himself as a sage is as a tiger wearing the skin of cow. This is the message. Then continues. For vicious people, their falsehood would become their ruiner. That is, for vicious people, their falsehood would become their ruiner. This is the open message. Then what is the hidden message? Then what is the core? For virtuous people, their honesty would become their master. This is the hidden message. There is the open message is for vicious people, their falsehood would become their ruiner. The core, that is the hidden message is for virtuous people, their honesty would become their master. For vicious people, their falsehood would become their ruiner. For virtuous people, their honesty would become their master. Again, a man's sense of self-control posing greater is as a cow grazing grass with the skin of tiger. That is, there is people with the cover of reputation. That is, great people. That is actually they are not great people with the cover of greatness or reputation, doing evil deeds. People with the cover of reputation or greatness or power, doing evil deeds, doing lustful deeds, is as a cow grazing grapes, having the skin of a tiger. That's all. Then couplet 274. Hiding in saffron, doing disgraceful deed, is as a hunter seizing birds hiding in a bush indeed. Very good couplet. 273, 74. That is, hiding in saffron, doing disgraceful deed, is as a hunter seizing birds hiding in a bush indeed. That is, disgraceful people hiding in saffron. Disgraceful people hiding in saffron. That is, a disgraceful people assuming ascetic, poser. Disgraceful people having ascetic nature is a hunter. Is like that is a disgraceful people assuming themselves as ascetics. Disgraceful people assuming themselves as ascetics is the hunter hunting birds and animals, hiding himself behind a bush. That's all. That is a man doing disgraceful deeds, hiding himself in saffron, or hiding himself or assuming himself as an ascetic. A disgraceful man doing disgraceful deeds, assuming himself as an ascetic, is like a hunter hunting animals, hiding himself behind a bush. Explanation. A man doing vicious deeds under the mask of an ascetic is a man doing vicious deeds under the mask of an ascetic is like a hunter catching birds, hiding himself in a bush. That is, doing disgraceful deeds with the attire of ascetic is hunting birds, hiding behind a bush, doing disgraceful deeds with the attire of ascetic is hunting birds and animals, hiding behind a bush. That is, doing disgraceful deeds with the cover of a grave man is a disgrace. This is the message. That is, doing disgraceful deeds with the cover of a great man is disgrace. It is not good. It is a disgraceful one. It is a disgrace. Then, then content. That is open message. Enjoying disgraceful deeds in the cover of great man is a disgrace. Enjoying, enjoying disgraceful deeds in the cover of great man is disgrace. What is the core? That is, what is the idea behind it? That is the what world one want to inform us. Actually, what he wants, enjoying virtuous deeds even in poverty is greatness. Enjoying poverty, even enjoying honesty, even in poverty, is greatness. Enjoying virtuous deeds, even in poverty, is greatness. But enjoying disgraceful deeds in the cover of a great man is the disgrace. That is the open message of this couplet. The open message of this couplet is enjoying disgraceful deeds in the cover of a great man is a disgrace. But what is the real idea? What is the real message balloon wants to tell us? Enjoying only virtuous deeds, enjoying only virtuous deeds, even in poverty, is greatness. That is the actual idea what one wants to tell us. So okay, again this in this couplet, I would like to give. I vary from Balduvan at one point. That is, hunting birds and animals for their food is the natural deeds and habits of hunters. It is some people that the natural law gives permission some people to hunt birds and animals for their foods. It is a natural taste. So, but a man in the attire of an ascetic misbehaving is not a natural permission. That is, people misbehaving using their position of power or assuming something else. Assuming, assuming, position of asceticism, an ascetic. People assuming the position of an ascetic are people of power, are people of wealth, misbehaving, cannot be compared with, cannot be compared with hunters who are hunting birds and animals for their own needs. So, comparing hunters with misbehaving sage, that is misbehaving, ascetics, comparing hunters with misbehaving ascetics is not a suitable comparison. Actually, it is not good. As far as myself is concerned, I am not ready to admit this comparison. Yes. Some other comparison would have been, I mean, taken care. So, okay, anyhow, let us what one says. A man misbehaving, assuming himself as an ascetic, is as a hunter catching birds and animals, hiding behind a bush. This is what one says. But I contradict here the song. Then chapter 275. Those who saying we left desires do sinful deeds would repent one day for their disgraceful deeds. That is, the couplet says, those who saying we left desires do sinful deeds would repent one day for their disgraceful deeds. What is the message of this couplet? That is, some people are always some people are doing disgraceful deeds, saying that they have given up all their earthly desires. Some people are always doing disgraceful and lustful deeds, falsely saying that they have given up their entire earthly pleasures. Such people should repent for their disgraceful and evil deeds one day or other. That is the message of this couplet. That is, some people are regularly doing disgraceful deeds, but they are telling that they have given up all their earthly pleasures. These people, those people who are misbehaving themselves, falsely informing that they have given up all their earthly desires, should repent for their misbehavior and lustful deeds one day or other. See, explanation. People committing sinful deeds, declaring they have renounced all their entire desires. People committing sinful deeds, declaring they have renounced all their desires, must regret one day for their sinful deeds, musing, why did we do it? Why did we do it? It is people committing disgraceful deeds, declaring that they have given up all their misbehavior, they have given up all their disgraceful deeds, must regret one day for their sinful deeds, musing, that is thinking themselves, musing, why did we do it? Why did we do it? Yes, they would lament within themselves. Why did we do such mean deeds? Why did we do such disgraceful deeds? They should repent one day or other. That is what one say. What one tells us. That is the man doing evil deeds, falsely saying he has given up all desires, must feel one day for his disgraceful deeds. That is, the man enjoying falsehood must enjoy ulcerous wound one day. This is the, open message. That's all. Mm. In a simple sentence, the man enjoying falsehood must enjoy ulcerous wound one day. That's all. So the content that is the concept, content. The concept of this couplet, the open concept of this couplet is, the open idea of this couplet is, falsehood is worse than ulcerous wound. Falsehood is worse than ulcerous wound. Falsehood is a disgraceful deed. Falsehood is worse than ulcerous wound. Or misbehavior is worse than ulcerous wound. This is the open message. What is the hidden message? God. Truth is superior to virtuosity. Truth is superior to virtuosity. That is the message of this couplet is, falsehood is worse than ulcerous wound. Falsehood means disgrace or misbehavior. That is false. Disgrace, the disgraceful deed is falsehood. Misbehavior is falsehood. So, the one word falsehood is worse than ulcerous wound. So, what is the back of it? It is what actually world wants us to do, to follow us. Truth is superior to virtuous deed. There are so many virtuous deeds. Truth is superior to all of those virtuous deeds. Superior, that is the truth is superior to the virtuous deeds. This is the couplet. Okay. Second, those who saying we left desires do sinful deeds, those who saying we left desires do sinful deeds would repent one day for their disgraceful deeds. That is, people who are misbehaving, falsely telling that they have given up all their disgraceful deeds. People who are actually doing, people who are actually misbehaving, telling others that they have given up all their misbehaviors, might should repent one day for their disgraceful deeds. That is the message of this covenant 275. The respected elders, educationists, the teachers, and dear students, thus so far we have seen the five couplets under the heading inconsistent behavior, inconsistent attitudes. That is things that we should not do. What are the things, particularly elder peoples, should not involve? And people who have assumed themselves as ascetics, or people who are occupying powerful positions, or people who have got enormous wealth. What sort of deeds, activities they should not involve? It is when ascetics, then people in power and people of wealth and people of greatness. In what sort of activities great people should not indulge? It is in mean, disgraceful, and lustful deeds. Great people should not involve. That is the message World insist in all the five couplets, in all these five couplets. Great people should avoid misbehaving themselves. Great people should avoid involving entertaining lustful and disgraceful deeds. This is the main advice World tells us. Main advice that World advocates. If you want to keep up the reputation that we have earned so far in our life, we should be very careful in avoiding disgraceful, lustful, and worthless deeds. That's all. See, among these, this is, the particular the complex that I like very much is the 20 200 and some 73 couplet 273rd couplet, that is a man hiding in asceticism, a man hiding in asceticism, doing disgraceful and lustful deeds, is as a cow grazing traps, hiding itself in the skin of a tiger, covering the skin of a tiger. A cow grazes grass. Like that, worthless geese hiding themselves either in saffron or white goods, or in power, or in wealth, or destroying the social fabrication because of their mean deeds. There is multiple stresses here. Great people, particularly, I mean, enlightened people, people of power, people who are in powerful position, should be extremely careful in avoiding what the society has avoided, what the society wants to avoid. That's good. If I want to keep up my reputation that I have earned so far, I must be extremely careful in avoiding avoidable deeds. In avoiding avoidable deeds. Okay, respected elders, educationists, dear teachers, and dear students, I thank you for listening to my comments about these five couplets and the inconsistent behavior, that is, on misbehavior. Till I meet you in the next class, I wish all of you a very nice and sweet time. Thank you.